If you're thinking of applying for a bond right now, stop whatever you're doing, watch this video, and then apply for a bond. Hi, I'm Steve Mandy, and I've got a very real problem right at this moment in time. A problem that I need a solution to, and it is that the property that I'm staying at the moment is no longer as suitable for me than it was years ago, and I'm going to have to sell it and buy a new one. Now, at the start of that, it is a huge project, really, that you're taking on when you sell your property and buy a new property. And the problems are that, first of all, I have to get an evaluation for my existing property. Then I have to go to the bank and find out what sort of bond I'm going to qualify for. And if I'm savvy, I'm not going to go to one bank, I'm going to go to 3 banks and get the best deal. And the very thought of standing in a bank queue for hours and hours and getting to the front and then being handed a form and then filling out the form, which I'll probably have to bring back again, and then when I get back to deliver the form, there's going to be a result from that, and they're going to say, okay, we're going to need extra information, we're going to need supporting documentation and all those things. To be honest, it's going to drive me absolutely nuts, and it kind of stops me from actually wanting to start the project in the first place. There is, in fact, a solution to that, an alternative, and I'm here today to speak to Bev Mackay from the Bond House, and she's going to explain to me exactly how she can help me through this process and alleviate some of that horrible pain. This is Beverley from the Bond House, and she has a unique service that she offers people in my position, and I'm going to ask her to explain exactly how it works. Beverley.
Hi, Steve.
I believe you can help me. What is the process if I was to be looking for a bond, and I'm looking for a bond right now? I'm going to have to go to all these different banks, and I'm going to have to wait in massive queues, and I'm going to have to endure that pain of putting myself out there, and you know, if I'm self-employed, it's even more difficult. So what is the process? How can I avoid some of that pain, and how do you fit into that system?
Okay, so what we do for our clients is we undertake to do all the paperwork for you, which would involve an interview with you, taking down all your information, looking at the property that you want to sell, and obtaining all the supporting documentation. Obviously, being trained in the field, doing credit management for many years, we know what's required. So we fill in the forms. It's not as difficult as you would think when you've got somebody knowledgeable doing it for you.
Yeah,
we come to you, or we arrange to meet at a place convenient for you.
So you'd come to my house, for example?
Yes, we would come to your house, or we'd meet anywhere else,
yeah,
and we'd fill in the forms, all right, and we would then guide you in terms of the supporting documentation, and we then submit. Before I submit, I analyse, because we like to get first time right, and then we submit, and we've got 5 major banks that we submit with.
Right.
So we submit one set of documents through a channel to 5 major banks.
So I'm not going to have to stand in the queue. You're going to come to my kitchen.
I'm going to come to your kitchen,
table,
sit and have a cup of coffee,
yeah,
relax,
or my boardroom or whatever.
and you don't have to stand in any queues. That's what I do for you, and it's at no cost to you.
How does that work?
How that works is because, in theory, I'm sort of like an outside consultant for the banks. So whichever bank ends up doing the bond would end up paying commission. And then obviously there's a portion taken off for the people that are doing my submissions, which is a company called Multinet, which I am affiliated. They do the submissions for us, and then I get paid thereafter. So There's no money from your pocket to me. What I do for you is completely free. That's one of my unique selling points.
Let me get this straight. I don't have to go to the different banks.
No.
I don't have to fill in the form.
No.
And then you don't even charge me for that. That is actually quite nice.
No, it is very nice. And I think a lot of people don't understand that, and they're possibly hesitant. And let's face it, most people want to go to their own bank, right? We go to your own bank first.
Mm-hmm.
But you're silly if you don't get a comparable deal from the other banks, because they do differ. And another bank may just come and offer you a better rate, in which we can actually then barter your own bank.
So on top of everything that I just mentioned, you're also going to get me the best rates, because you're going to make like almost a bidding system amongst the banks as to who
Absolutely.
gets the business.
Absolutely.
So they must bid for the lowest rate. The lowest rate gets the business.
Definitely, because
Wow.
you'll probably find they don't offer you the best rate first. And then also what we are in a position to do is there's obviously 2 sets of attorneys, and we also negotiate the fees with the attorneys. You will be billed, the invoice would come to myself, and I would then speak to the attorneys.
Is that the conveyancing attorneys?
The conveyancing attorneys and the transferring attorneys,
Yes.
bond attorneys, and we then ask them, please could you work a lower
Lower rate.
Yeah, a lower fee, you know. That's what we do.
So on top of all the other things that I've mentioned, about, including getting a new bond rate, I will also pay less towards the lawyer's fees.
Absolutely. So we can save you literally thousands of rands over the course of your home loan.
So you're saving me 1,000 rands, and it's easier.
And it's easier.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Room chum chum chum, room chum chum, room chum chum chum, room chum